Alright. I guess we're officially back with art stuff. And when we left off, we left a half-complete Matty. There we go. And I'm actually going to take a moment to self-hydrate. So trying to get these two sprites done today. Which are these. It'll be a great time. I think we kind of hit the point in this one where we were pretty happy with it. We just need to do the tails at some point. So now we gotta get this full tilt going. And before I start that full tilt, I am going to hydrate myself. Alright. Yeah, maybe I should turn on the AC. I'll be back. Alright. We are hitting kind of the point with this project where it's starting to get really intimidating to do things. Which happens with most art projects. And is something everyone should keep in mind. That there will be the point where it's feeling intimidating, but you just need to press through the rough part, and then you can get to more stuff. Not really a way to put it other than just more stuff. Ugh, alright. We're going to just check a specific message. Yeah, nothing new. Oh, hiccup. Alright. So, let's look at this, and then let's look at these. So there's a lot of that foot lifts. Front foot kind of just gets some more lighting. So let's So this is the first time we're going to see the underside of this skirt. Maybe something like this. That might be a bit much. Let's cut it in like a few pixels, I think. Or maybe even like an extra one entirely. Keep it relatively small. Something like that, maybe? Okay, so this is attached to the front leg bit, not the back leg bit. What does the hip go between here? The hip kind of stays. I think I'm gonna try to actually pull this forward one. Oh, excuse me. All right. Oops. Thanks. Pinks, I love you, but must you right now? Is it peak shithead hours? It is in fact peak shitheading hours. I don't have a choice. think that's almost looking okay. Let's tuck that. Alright, what should this foot be doing? So it moved forward and is kind of getting ready to land. Maybe let's grab the front pad of the shoe. Something like that. That should be fine. Whoops. There we go. Hello, Binks. Yes, cuddles. Cuddles for Binks. Yes. I see you. You are in my lap. You are not purring up a storm, just headbutting. Are you still sad about being put in the bathroom? Alright, what's the head motion doing here again? It's kind of jumping up. Oh, yawn. Ugh, that race took a lot out of me. Alright, let's trim up this arm again. No. I think we just pull some stuff back here. Something like this. And then, like... this. screen? You know what? Let's peek something out here. Just a bit of collar there. Then show neck. Slightly lighter. I don't know. It seems so bulky. Alright, let's just extend the arm there, maybe? What is that, a thumb, right? Yes. Steel thumb color. There we go. All right. Like a little bit of hair motion, not a lot for this bit here. I almost want to like bob it down another, because we're rising. Maybe like the Castlevania is appropriate. Alright, time to... Oh yeah, I forgot to do something. I forgot to... pop open a new window so I can look at the GIF. Alright. Delete that. Delete these sketches. And finally, let's... export as... Where's my GIF one? Binky's playing with ball in loop. Wait, where did everybody go? Did I do something? No, guess we're just not interested in Sprite stuff. Alright. And let's resync them. Alright, I think once we get the tails in, we should be fine. How does that leg look? Yeah, I think once we get the tails in, we'll be okay. We're stutter stepping. Alright, so let's just draw some tails. So let's get a... sketch layer. And let's go look at my favorite reference. Of tail movement. Huge. Alright, so if we're gonna follow my idol, we go from the double down flick to a crossbody portion. So it would be like this tail going this way and this one going that way. And then the second one, it will be where they're like synchronized and then out. So like jute, jute. And then they'll be flicking as she runs. Okay. So front tail will be flicking down. Let's reduce the opacity of the sketch a bit. So at the body of the tail, like 2 more up. Hello, Binks. No, front tail wants to be this one. It's the one that goes like this. Oh, because it generally go 5-ish pixels, like 6-ish. Alright, let's do that. The flick. Something like this. Binks, stop. Binks, stop. Binks, I love you, but stop. Alright, let's start over. Let's grab our banana tail. Binks. You gremlin. You're lucky I love you. Yeah, let's wait. Sharpen it down. Flick. What if I counterclockwise? Something like that. Do that for our flick. Merge it down that way. It's fine. The names don't matter. Something like that. Gotta invert the lighting on this too. Trim the tip, maybe. That. That. Hmm. Dude. Alright. Let's go down here. And let's allow this a little bit more brightening. Despite being the back tail. Alright, let's delete these layers and check how these tails look. That's looking pretty fluid. I think I delete like this pixel though, right there. Yeah, that's feeling way more comfy. All right. So we want the back tail on an aggressive down flick, and this to the other one to pull in more on this next one. What's our most pulled in tail? I think it's this one, maybe that one. And where's the most aggressive flick? That's our most aggressive flick. I picked the same tail. They're the same picture. Oop. Rotate clockwise. Alright, so that would be the far tail. Let's clean that up before we commit to it. Just delete parts of it. So that flicks down. Technically, it should still be flicking up. And we should create kind of like a heart shape. Butt up like a little bit so it's not as aggressive. And then we pull curly tail for a second. Copy. Paste. Yeah, no, I don't think that works. We need one that's a little less aggressive. Let's look at our tails again. And then the leg is moving forward, so... Let's try to steal this tail. I think we're just gonna have to freehand this one. Delete. But we can use that as our backtail guide. Alright, so let's make a new layer. And then consider this tail like here-ish. As the bulk of the body's like moving. It's pulled forward by the leg. And then it's trying to pull up. Could work. Let's fill it out a bit. Maybe like that. Yeah, it could work. Alright, let's grab our yellow. Something like there for the color. Hey! Good old songs of the sirens. They always do well. Dude. Da, 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 da. to do. All right. Tails just looks so small for some reason. Well, let's export it and see how it looks in motion. It almost bugs me that it looks decent. Alright, hold on, let's look at this again. Doot. Maybe I pull the back tail up just a little bit? Just because it's making a pretty extreme jump. So take all of this. Paste it in. Merge it back down. it's still a pretty extreme jump. There we go. I think that's a much better. Alright, let's sync the two again. Alright, I think we got something working here. I'm gonna call this running start. Let's go to running start. Okay. All right. Let's export our 2 frames then. Put them on the sheet. Copy. Paste. View. Grid. Merge down. There we go. Copy and paste. All right. Oh. Well, hello, you. Yeah, you want scritches? You want tummy rubs? You want cuddles? Yeah. Well, it's just us here, so... Well, let's set up the next comparison. We're gonna be running, which is like 11-ish frames. So let's nuke this all. And start getting our next ones. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Probably should have started posting them in here too. Is it too late to start over? Yes. Because I will lose track. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. Copy, paste. And copy, paste. All right, then export this as the Loonies compare. Oh god, there's so much going on. Oh, it's gonna take forever. All right. Let's delete these. Start. Copy, paste. All right. And that's all we have to do for the next one. It's fine. It's only going to take, what, 12 sprites? How much is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is 11 frames. Which means it's... If it's 11, it's animating on... I don't even know what it's animating on. The animation doesn't last a second. It's a little longer than a second. Are the first and last frames the same? No, they're very slightly different. Is it supposed to be a 5 and 10? Let's... What happens if we remove this frame? It is a 5 and 10. We still have one more sprite to do. Where? Yeah, I hear you. Mm-hmm. So... Let's go back. Alright. So what changes between... The head starts turning. Fuck. Alright. Well, I only wanted to get the 2 done today. It's fine. We still gotta do this. Which means... Let's grab these. Another foot rise. Move a little bit. And the head motion. Ugh. Do I keep going and punch through this, or do I call it for the day? With just me here, I think I'd call it for the day. If I had peeps, I might, but turning the head is slightly more than my brain wants to do at this exact moment in time. I'll save some energy for D&D tomorrow. Dude. Hello, Binks. Yes, all of the cuddles. We will stop streaming. For those catching this after the fact, and you want to catch live, the link to the Twitch is in the description, and there should also be a server link to my Discord where I do announce when we're going to go streaming. In terms of it, it is now Mondays at noon, where we will be doing Vampire Crawlers for a hot minute, and Fridays, where we will do our LADX races, and then more of this Timespinner Sprite, which is slowly getting more done. 2 more is still progress, whether I like it or not. Yes, hello, Cuddles. All of the Binks cheeks. Yeah, come on. But yes, I'm gonna call it for now. Just because I got people waiting on me for some stuff. So, thank you all for coming out. I appreciate it, and I will see you later.